The firstborn child of Fred and Leona Bryan of Stillwater, Minnesota, Shelley Cameron Bryan was welcomed into the world in early 1951 in the US state of Iowa. In her early years, Shelley showed a talent for creativity and was known to be beyond her years intellectually. Growing into a, quote, vibrant young woman, she achieved high grades and praise from her peers regarding her schoolwork. Outside of school, she adored music and literature and had a knack for art, particularly excelling in sculpting, drawing, and making things by hand. Furthermore, she learned how to sew, and her sister, Holly, recalled that Shelley would make her own clothes and sew, quote, elaborate stuffed dolls and animals. Throughout her early life, she had a deep passion for travel and had hopes of one day exploring the world for herself. When Shelley was 17, her dreams became a reality. She had applied for a student exchange program at the American Field Service and was thrilled to discover that she had been accepted into the program. She stayed with a family in Japan, and it proved to be a life-changing experience for Shelley, whose love for travel only grew after her visit. Following this, Shelley pursued college and university courses focusing on theatre arts, textiles, and costume design, attending Webster College in Webster Groves, Missouri, and the North Carolina School of the Arts in Winston-Salem. After she had concluded her second year at university, she travelled to Rome for a summer internship at an opera house in the Italian capital. As summer waned, Shelley began searching for further creative arts opportunities in Europe. In 1972, Shelley secured a job as a wardrobe manager at the Liverpool Playhouse Theatre in England, a country she had always desired to visit. She permanently moved to the country and thrived in her job. Whilst working at the Liverpool Playhouse, Shelley met Nigel Morgan, a Welsh man who she would go on to marry. The couple moved to a small village in South Wales and welcomed 2 children, Liam and Charlotte. It was found that their son, Liam, was born with a developmental disability and was diagnosed as being autistic. To manage his condition, Liam, quote, required specialist educational and therapy facilities. However, it was difficult for Nigel and Shelley to accommodate this living in Wales. Therefore, the family moved to Bristol in the southwest of England. Shelley expressed a desire to re-enter the workforce as a designer and aimed to complete her arts degree at Bristol Polytechnic Art College to enhance her job prospects. She attended classes and poured her heart into her art and photography portfolio, which she hoped would help her to continue her studies at university. It was Monday, the 11th of June, 1984. As per the family's usual routine, Shelley took Liam and Charlotte to the school bus in Bristol, departing the family home on Dunkerry Road at approximately 8:30 a.m. With her, Shelley carried a distinctive multicoloured patchwork bag, which held a tripod and a 35mm Olympus OM20 camera. Although not confirmed, it is likely she also carried sketching materials. She took Liam and Charlotte to the Brendan Road and Cotswolds Road junction, where Charlotte was picked up by a woman who they were familiar with. She then walked with Liam to St John's Lane, where Liam departed on the bus at approximately 8:35 a.m. Prior to saying farewell to her children, she told them that she planned to visit the Avon Gorge, where she intended to put her creative eye to use and take photographs of the gorge and its surroundings. Furthermore, she also wanted to sketch in the Lee Woods area near to Ashton Court. Her husband, Nigel, was not at the family home at this time and was at the couple's second home, a cottage located in Wales's Brecon Beacons area, which he was preparing to put on the housing market. The time came for Liam and Charlotte to be picked up from school. However, Shelley failed to appear, which left loved ones concerned about her welfare. Day dissolved into night, and Shelley had still not returned home. At 7:30 p.m, Shelley was officially reported as a missing person by Avon and Somerset police. A team of 80 detectives started investigating the case, attempting to reconstruct her last known activities. Hundreds of posters were distributed in and around the Bristol area, describing her as a Caucasian female with long, light-coloured hair and red-framed glasses, further describing the distinctive bag and camera she was last known to have in her possession. The camera's serial number is 1032853, and this model was first sold in the United Kingdom in 1983 and were discontinued in 1987, although they are reportedly still popular among collectors and are commonly resold. The camera was also fitted with an Olympus OM system Zuiko 50mm f1.8 lens. The lens's serial number is 3271752. Further investigations revealed that after waving her children off to school on the morning of the 11th of June 1984, Shelley had been seen at the Kent Street Royal Mail sorting office between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. While there, she collected a letter which contained some money which her husband had sent her from Wales. It is unclear what Shelley Morgan's movements were following her departure from the sorting office. Detectives believed that Shelley likely boarded a local bus from East Street in Bedminster, travelled to the city's main bus station, and then took the 359 service to Portishead. Despite police appeals for witnesses who might have seen her on the buses, no one came forward. There were a few leads, including police efforts to locate the driver of a blue van seen talking to Shelley near the entrance to Ashton Court, and also a woman who was seen sitting inside a yellow lorry on Backwell Hill Road, while other witnesses noted a BMW parked on the Portishead to Bristol Road. A woman matching Shelley's description was reported boarding a ferry to Weymouth. However, this and the aforementioned reports did not lead to any significant developments. Time passed with no sightings, leaving her family and friends agonising over the unknown. The BBC programme Crime Watch aired a reconstruction of Shelley's last known movements, which resulted in an anonymous phone call being made to Avon and Somerset police at 7:19 p.m. on the 24th of September 1984. The voice on the line was determined to have been male and belonged to a native of Bristol. The individual claimed to have important information regarding Shelley's disappearance, and further stated that police should be looking at her case not as a missing persons case, but as a murder case. The stranger disclosed that at a specified location that Shelley Morgan's body would be discovered in a, quote, watery grave. Police searched the area, specifically Conham Hill leading to the Hannam River, for any evidence. However, no results were yielded. After almost 3 weeks of investigating the waters with specialist dive teams, Avon and Somerset police believed that the phone call was a hoax. More witnesses came forward following the Crime Watch appeal. There were reports that Shelley had boarded the 354 Nailsea bus at the city's bus station before 11 a.m. The route would travel through the southwest of Bristol, notably Backwell. At 11:15 a.m, she was witnessed disembarking from the bus at Long Ashton, where a blue transit van reportedly parked up by the rear of the bus. Shelley allegedly conversed with the driver, who was described as a male wearing a white t-shirt. It was thought that the man was requesting directions, and it was theorised that he may have offered her a lift. This male individual never came forward and has never been identified. On Sunday, the 14th of October, just days after the water search was called off, a boy who was wandering a woodland copse by Long Lane in Backwell Hill, close to Bristol Airport, found the decomposing nude body of a woman. Around the bones of the woman's ankles were tights, which had been ripped and twisted, and a pair of sandals were also found nearby in some brambles. Dental records confirmed that the body was that of 33-year-old Shelley Morgan. The post-mortem report stated that Shelley had been stabbed in the back 14 times, with evidence suggesting that the crime had been sexually motivated. Her clothes, red-framed glasses, bag and camera were missing and have never been found. The coroner concluded that it was likely that Shelley had been murdered on the day she vanished. The location where she had been killed led police to believe that the perpetrator firstly had a vehicle and secondly was local, or at least had extensive knowledge of Bristol, particularly in the rural areas. A memorial in Shelley's honour was established at the Illinois Wesleyan University School of Drama. Her funeral took place at the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist in Brecon, followed by her burial in Brecon. Months turned to years, and years turned to decades, with no answers as to who murdered Shelley Morgan and why. On the 35th anniversary of her death, on the 11th of June 2019, finally a breakthrough came in the case. Police released photos of 2 tear-off postcards from a calendar sold in the 1980s or 1990s, specifically from a Bristol hospice charity. One postcard showed the area of Ashton, where Shelley had intended to go on that fateful day, and the second postcard showed Backwell, the place where her body was found. Major Crime Review team member DS Sarah Barnston said, quote, "We'd like to speak to anyone who may have bought this calendar or who kept the tear-off postcards with these specific images, possibly for some time." She continued, quote, "Our latest reinvestigation has identified new material of interest which may have forensic potential, utilising the latest scientific techniques. We're keeping Shelley's family updated on any progress. Her sister recently flew over from the USA to meet some of our team, and we're as committed as ever to solving Shelley's murder and bringing the person or people responsible to justice." An Avon and Somerset police spokesman told Somerset Live that, quote, "We're still trying to establish the year the tear-off postcards were in the Bristol Hospice charity calendar and want to speak to anyone who still has the calendar containing these images or anyone who knows of someone who kept these specific postcards for a period of time." Along with this new information, Holly Bryan released a video message urging for people to come forward to help find justice for Shelley. She also published a powerful and moving victim impact statement on behalf of her late sister. Speaking through her voice, she said, quote, "I wasn't there when, a month after my death was confirmed, my sister had her first baby, a daughter, brought into a world that didn't seem in any way right for daughters. I wasn't there when my husband took our children back to Wales to raise alone. He never remarried. I wasn't there to see that my son got the special care he needed. I wasn't there for her when my daughter was struggling in school. I wasn't there when my father's health declined and he finally died. I wasn't there when my daughter got married. I never got to meet or hug my beautiful grandchildren. I wasn't there when my husband died of cancer at home with my daughter taking care of him until the end. I never got to finish school and go back to work or see the wonderful designs I imagined become reality. It's been 35 years of silence and the life I didn't get to live. Yet I am grateful to God for my beautiful life, short though it may have been. God bless my family and keep us all safe from harm. If you have any information regarding the murder of Shelley Morgan, you can contact the Major Crime Review Team of Avon and Somerset Police at 101 or visit avonandsomerset.police.uk/contact us, or you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 0800 555 111.